begin with, just going through your team, a couple of new faces. Let's start with your halves, Piper and bring a Dutch international at 10 there. What can you tell me about Clever?
Yeah, look, PK's actually been in around like the Australian environment for a couple of years through the Sevens system. She's played a fair bit of Catholic Cup, so not unfamiliar to the Australian landscape. Been really ambitious around playing Super W for a while now, and got an opportunity to meet her at the back end of last year, and we had some really positive conversation around what she wanted to get out of the experience, and you know, probably a good time, good fit for us with Bella McKenzie moving on, and you know, she's fitted in really well, and she's adding definitely some different value. She's obviously experienced different styles of footy over her time, particularly playing for the Netherlands. So no, she's been a great addition, fitted in well. The girls really enjoy her company. So no, she's been great for us.
And in that forward pack, getting both Nathan's sisters back, particularly Leilani, who has had a noted injury history. Like, what does it do to a group to see someone like that go through the hardship and come out and get a start first round? Yeah, no, it's great, and awesome to have Leilani back. She's a really physical player, abrasive, aggressive. So to have her back and fit is a huge bonus for the group. She's had a tough sort of 12, well, probably 14 months now with with her rehab. So yeah, she's had to grit her teeth and work hard. But to have her back's a huge bonus for the group. When Nathan isn't on the team sheet, Matt Stewart. Yep. What's the situation there with her? Yeah, May's still got a couple of little minor issues from the ankle injury she had in Pack 4, but she's working hard in rehab. Really optimistic that she'll be back soon. Is that more towards the end of the season? Yeah. Look, hopefully the final rounds of the comp will be available. And Waiara, is there any chance of getting her back? She seemed to go down really bad in that Anzac Day game. No, she's doing really well. She's pushed along with her rehab, progressing really well. Optimistic that she'll be back. Soon. I guess with not only those injuries, but people leaving, like your Bells of the world, even like last year, you look at like Lane and Eva, it could, from the outside looking in, seem like this Waratahs team is wounded, but like you know better than most the pathways coming through here. What gives you faith that the younger girls coming through, like your Amelia Whitakers, like your Rosie Fergusons, these, and like the 6 or 7 you've got on debut, can really pick up where the others have left off? Yeah, look, we've always had a really strong focus around retention from a squad point of view. Recruitment this year's been really targeted. Look, we're really confident in the group we've got. Players like Millie Whitaker, Rosie Ferguson, they've been around the program for a number of years now. Opportunities in front of them now to go and grab it. So I'm sure they'll do a great job. Look. Waiata Ellis, another one, been in and around the program, again, opportunity for them to come in and play more footy. Not discouraged at all around players moving on. It just creates opportunity, and again, those players who've got that opportunity now have been in and around the system, in and around the program for a while. They just need to go and grasp it now, and I'm sure they'll do a really good job on Saturday. Starts with Fiji. You've had a little bit more experience with Fiji this time around, being within that test environment, preparing for that Canberra game. What did you learn about what to expect from some of these Fijian players that might have? I guess when you look at how many of those Fijian players that have transitioned from the test side to this comp side. Yeah, look, they're a physical team. It's probably their point of difference. They're good in and around their offload game if they generate momentum. And they've definitely got some threats at width. So we know what's coming. We just need to make sure that we're really strong in and around that collision space, both sides of the ball. If we can be really consistent around that,
we'll be certainly in it.
And at that time in Australian camp, you get to work with a bit more of the other super like rugby W players as well.
Yep.
Like, what does that tell you about what to expect just in terms of competition continuing to grow and these teams like your Reds and Brumbies and Force really trying to lift their games to knock you guys off?
Yeah, look, I've been really vocal around the fact that it's it's not a lack of talent. There's a huge amount of talent in the Australian women's landscape at the moment. The opportunity to be in and around that Wallaroos environment only sort of solidified my thoughts in and around that. The competition is going to continue to get more and more competitive, which is great. We need to be playing more competitive games of footy. So I expect this season to be really tight. And every game's going to be a real challenge. So looking forward to a really competitive season.
Sorry, two names I didn't mention before. Flicky and Atasi. Is that injuries? Are they both still working their way back?
Yeah, Flicky copped a little head knock in the Brumbies game, so she misses this week just around HIA protocols. Atasi's continuing with her rehab process, progressing really well. She's made some really strong strides in terms of her progress. We remain optimistic that Atasi may feature for us in the season at some point.
With the 7 bumps, well, you guys already confirmed Tia coming in. Does the calf injury change that? What's the knowledge that you have of how she's dealing with that?
Yeah, unsure at the moment. She's still overseas with the Sevens group. Hopefully we'll find out a little bit more about that in the next couple of days. But again, optimistic that Tia will be available for us at some point.
Just finally, milestone for Piper Duff, 25 caps. Someone who was your captain through a lot of these times. What does she mean to this group, and how is she still a leader and still a contributor without just the formal C? Yeah,
look, Piper's an outstanding young woman and a hell of a talented footy player. Piper's certainly someone who leads through her actions in and around what she delivers on the field for us. So, that certainly doesn't change for her without her title as captain this year. 25 caps, for someone still incredibly young in terms of their career, she's got a huge amount of footy ahead of her, and she's an important part of our team.